Oh, I guess you're only familiar with the new Batman movies. Michelle Pfeiffer. Ha. The only true Catwoman is Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, or Eartha Kitt. And I didn't need molded plastic to improve my physique. Pure West. And how come Batman doesn't dance anymore? Remember the Bat to see? Yo, hey, yeah, yeah.
Nice meeting you. Just keep moving. Don't make eye contact.
Hi, I'm Zion,
And I'm Judah.
and this is the Amateur Film Critics.
Here we are. Do you want
Yep.
to tell them a little bit about today's movie, Zion?
Yeah, so I chose today's film. Today's film is Batman the movie, and I have a confession to make. I think this is my favorite Batman film.
Yep, it is.
Oh no, Zion, you're starting this off real rough with me. Oh, so
Why? Do you not like this movie?
I like this movie. I'll agree. This is a good movie. It's way different. This is just to give a little more context in case you didn't understand this by the thumbnail or whatever. This is the 1966 Batman movie.
Yeah.
The one based off the television, the popular Batman television show. I even have my Riddler Funko Pop from that right here. So this is like a way different portrayal from basically any other Batman that you've ever seen. Honestly, I don't know. Should we get right into this before we start debating whether or not this is a better superhero film? All right, so I'll just read this. This is a serious plot summary here, Zion. So here I go. Kapowie. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Kapowie, holy feature film Batman. One based on the tongue-in-cheek, campy 1960s television series. Watch Batman, played by Adam West, and Robin, played by Burt Ward, battle sharks, Catwoman, the Joker, and the Riddler. They didn't care to mention the Penguin on this one. On the big screen, can they try to prevent the bad guys from taking over the world with a wham and a pow and a zip? And that's how it goes. That's the one Google. If you search plot summary, that's the one Google gives you. But yes, this was a much different superhero movie for sure, especially anyone by today's standards. But getting right into it, let's talk about the main man, Batman, and his sidekick Robin. Zion, how do you feel about this Batman and Robin?
Well, I feel. Well, I don't know. It's a very. I will say, maybe. He plays his role, even though this isn't a very serious film, he plays his role as Batman very seriously.
Yeah, that's one of the very strange things. You can tell
I think it works.
They want to appeal this one to kids a whole lot, because I think back then an adult superhero fan base did not exist as much. You know what I mean? So this is very much supposed to appear, or this is supposed to. What's the word? He's supposed to be a role model for kids, big time, and you can tell in a lot of there are these multiple times throughout the movies where they will just go on these sort of not even rants, like speeches about morals and stuff, like when he's like, In the beginning, he's like,
Uh-huh.
"You should respect your police," or when they're talking about the people in the bar, about like alcohol and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
It's amazing someone hasn't already reported this place to the police.
It's a low neighborhood, full of rum pots. They're used to curious sights, which they attribute to alcoholic delusions.
Gosh, drink is sure a filthy thing, isn't it? I'd rather be dead than unable to trust my own eyes.
I gotta say, one of my. At some point, Robin says, "Batman, you'd risk your life for all these." I don't remember the words he said, but it's something like scum or like it was a nicer word than that. Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but he's basically says that because Batman's trying to get rid of a bomb or whatever.
Jerry! There's a bomb strapped to my chest! It's gonna explode in 3 seconds unless you take a bath! Please?
He's like, you'd risk your life for all these scum, and I'm like, wow, Robin, that's kind of rude. But yeah, it was very interesting. You can tell they're trying to definitely. Batman and Robin are supposed to be sort of, or Batman especially, is supposed to be sort of these role models for kids or something like that, and that's a good thing and all. It just comes off very strangely as far as the movie, because it definitely sticks out there more than the rest of the movie does.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Batman is definitely more like, you know, it takes us very seriously. But I guess that's sort of Batman. When you think about Batman in general, even throughout the ages, he's always been more serious.
Why so serious?
Right.
And then you have Robin, who's just sort of... he comes off very sidekicky in this. That's the best way to put him. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say there's much other to Robin other than being there to support Batman. So, moving on from there, before we talk about the villains, I think we should talk about the plot.
Okay.
So, do you want to elaborate a little more on the plot? Because I know my plot summary does not talk a lot about...
Yeah, and so the plot, the plot in this one is four of Batman's greatest, like, arch enemies come together, and they basically are trying to get rid of the leaders in the World Trade Center. That way they can take over the world, if I'm remembering that.
I don't even think it was the World Trade Center. It was a fake, like, United Nations in a way. It was like the United World or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they're trying to take those people out to basically conquer the world.
Try to take over the world.
Their idea was to hold them for ransom. And so there were like 9 different countries, and they were expecting $1 billion from each country to get these representatives back, because these were supposed to be some of the most powerful people in the world.
Right.
But the big part of the plot that sticks out to me is the dehydrator. Yeah, so the dehydrator is this machine that's supposed to suck out all the water out of a person.
I don't need water! Water's for quitters! I don't need it! I don't need it! I don't need it! I don't need it! I don't need it!
And essentially turns them to dust.
Steve?
But if you add water back to that dust, as long as you have every little speck of it, they'll come back to life. And this is supposed to be a painless process and everything too.
Right.
But these criminals literally cremated these people. I'm sitting there like, oh my. Which, don't get me wrong, this movie is definitely more silly. And Zion, I'm expecting you a little bit to like push back on my I don't know, I don't want to even call it hate, but my like problems with this movie, because because this movie is definitely supposed to be more silly. It just comes off maybe slightly too silly at some point. I might be, but then again, I might need to suspend imagination a bit more, or suspend my realism a little bit. I don't, you know what I mean? I need to have lower expectations.
Yeah.
Next, we have the villains. All right.
Okay.
Now, the villains, I would say, shine a bit in this movie. Like, I think they're quite interesting. Like, each one of them portrays their character, and they have some of the most interesting characters out of the entire film too.
Yeah, I think their characters are supposed to be the more interesting, whereas Batman is supposed to be played more as a serious character, just trying to,
Yeah, and that's and it just goes to show, because that's something like I think about with like today's Batman, like. Because I actually really like Batman. He's one of my favorite like DC superheroes for sure.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about Batman has always been like he's this more direct and less, more serious. Even like in the shadows, I don't know what you want to call it, superhero. While you have all these villains that are way more eccentric and complicated and interesting than a lot of other supervillains, I would say. And that really goes to show that this is like almost always been that way too, which is super interesting to me. But talking about them separately, like let's go through each of them. Let's say which villain you want to talk about first?
Oh, the Joker in this film. I really like how they portray him.
Yeah, the Joker is way different in this film. Like I said, everything in this film is way different from modern interpretations of Batman, right? So the Joker...
Yeah, let's just talk about this film compared to modern interpretation.
Yeah.
Since you brought it up. I feel like modern interpretations kind of... Since the Tim Burton Batman, I feel like they try to take Batman in a darker tone, in which this movie points out that Batman, when I really think about Batman and the people he, fights, it really isn't that dark, or it really isn't supposed to be that dark, but the modern films kind of take it in a dark tone, and any more serious matter, which is why this is my favorite Batman thus far.
Yeah,
I don't know what I've seen personally.
In comparison, I'm gonna debate you a little bit here.
Okay.
Something I have always heard is that something I've heard quite a bit actually is that in after smartphones and all those things came, like video games came around, kids stopped reading comic books. So in order to change, in order for DC to stay relevant and make money, DC started turning their comics to be more based on to be more targeted toward adults who read comics as kids, right? So what happened was all their stuff became darker and more mature, and that's actually been reflected in movies, I think, as time goes on. And it's actually, this is one thing that Zion and I have discussed in different things, is how movies like Zack Snyder's Justice League and The Suicide Squad by James Gunn that recently came out, that's why they're R-rated. You know what I mean? That's sort of an interesting take on it. And this is why I'm going to disagree with you, Zion. It's because I actually sort of like the more serious take on Batman. And I know...
I just think this film is very different in comparison, and that's why...
And I would totally agree with that. I like the different... Yeah. It's a very different take on it, on almost any superhero film, honestly. And I like that about it. But at the same time, The Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan is like in my top 5 films of all time. So like, of course, this Batman is not going to be as high up on my list as some of the other Batmans, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, let's go back into the villains then.
So we have the Joker.
Who I think, I don't know, Zion, if you've ever watched this episode of Film Theory, but he was talking about the Joker specifically. And one of the interesting parts about this Joker is that it reflects the age when like there were a whole lot of censors on comic books. So Joker is not supposed to be super, he's not supposed to be dangerous, I think is the point. He's almost like most of the stuff he does is a big joke in a way. You know what I mean? Which it's super interesting, and it's such a different take on Joker. You actually kind of like him. And I think, who plays him? Is it Cesar Romero? Is that his name?
I don't know the actors in this one.
Yes, Cesar Romero plays the Joker in this one. I think Cesar Romero does a great job at playing him too.
Yeah. He's like Joker.
The Joker. Have you heard this one? It'll kill you, Batman.
You also have the Riddler, but who I actually like.
Who is behind you?
Oh yes, he's behind? Yeah, he's right here behind me. I actually also really liked this Joker. Like, this is actually one of the best Jokers.
Riddler.
Oh, did I call him No, sorry, the Riddler. Yeah, this is.
You think this is funny?
In a cosmic sort of way, yes.
Well, Mr. Funny Man, is this how you get your sick kicks?
What? It's just an ordinary crabby. Oh my goodness!
This is actually like sort of one of my favorite Riddlers that I've seen on like actual movies and stuff. The way he's just portrayed feels very evil mastermindy in a way or whatever, and it's very it works very well, I think, especially in the whole dynamic of villains.
The Riddler. Question. Who's going to make the feathers fly and knock Batman and Robin out of the sky?
And then we have the Penguin and his laugh.
Stop laughing, Penguin.
I'm not laughing. This is also how I cry.
The Penguin and his laugh.
This Penguin is definitely interesting, that's for sure. I would say I like him. I mean, I think I've seen better Penguins in other places, but I still like this Penguin. I gotta say, honestly, the Penguin does a really good job at like portraying this whole like criminal like mob boss in a way and all that. But his actual like lackeys being pirates and stuff like that is super strange in my opinion. And the Penguin submarine is kind of much. Not gonna lie. But yeah, that was all
right.
That was definitely you know, I think it worked in the film. I think he worked in the film as a character. I'll give him that. At least.
The Penguin.
There are 2 eggs this wily bird is going to scramble. Batman and Robin.
Yeah. And then we have, in my opinion, the best villain of the film was Catwoman. In my opinion, I feel like they really dove deep into her character.
Yeah, they dove deep a lot into Catwoman. I agree with that, and it worked. And I actually agree. I really liked Catwoman too, because she seemed like the only one who sort of, other than Penguin at times, she seemed like the only one who knew what she's doing. She came off smart, calculated. There were, She really manipulated Batman for sure, like the most.
Right.
Which, for me, was kind of strange. Batman really quickly fell head over heels for Catwoman in this one. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but all of a sudden Adam West like was really into this I forgot her like fake name that she was using. Kitka? I want to say. Yeah, Kitka. Yeah, all of a sudden Batman was like really, really into this girl, and like the minute he found out that she was Catwoman, he was like so distraught. I was like, seriously, Batman, geez, you barely know her.
And all my days are trances, and all my nightly dreams are where thy dark eye glances, and where thy footstep gleams.
Очень приятный, Comrade Wayne.
Edgar Allan Poe, Miss Kitka.
But yeah, that was I don't know. I'm with you. This Catwoman was really good.
The Catwoman.
Oh, you're going to see the perfect crime when I get Batman in my claws.
So now, do you want to move on to the next part?
Let's move on to the props and
the
props designs.
Yeah, props, sets, and special effects is what I called it. I don't know why, but that rolls off the tongue really well.
Yeah, I feel like this movie kind of, at times, relies on those.
Absolutely, and I think that's why I really wanted to include
they're, like,
this.
really good for the time.
Yeah, it actually... It helps to create the world of Batman, of this Batman very well, especially with, like, the Batcave is one that really sticks out to me. And, like, the submarine and the villains HQ are also very, like, really good ones that stick out. And also things like the Batmobile and the Batcopter and the Batboat, all of those, like, those are really, like, those are, like, very good, solid, like, pieces that help to create this, like, you know, I would say this Batman. I think that maybe this Batman put the word bat on a few too many things.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the downfalls, but...
Yeah, for one thing, the Bat Ladder was one for me. The shark repellent bat spray.
Yeah.
And I believe it was like the photo processor. I can't remember exactly how one, but it was like the photo processor with super bat grain.
Whoa, look, it's the Bat's,
Wait, don't touch that.
And over there, it's the Bat Space Shuttle.
Please, keep your hands off
that. Look, it's the Bat Zeppelin.
Don't touch that either.
It's the Bat Train.
No.
It's the Bat Kayak. No. It's the Bat Dune Buggy. No. It's the Bat... Shark Repellent?
Actually, you can touch that.
Which that, like, I can understand the, like, photo bat processor. Oh, never mind. I don't understand. That would be bad. That sounds like you're processing bats. Maybe they should have put it on the grain in that case. Maybe that one wasn't as big a downfall.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, in all fairness, though, I think that all just plays into the sort of silliness of this film, like the comedic, lighter aspects of it. Yeah. All right, so now, Zion, what's your fave character?
Catwoman, probably.
Okay. Yeah. I actually think I'm going to go with Catwoman, too.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. We're on the same page on character. That doesn't always happen. But, like, I agree. She sort of... But, yeah, I, like, totally agree. Catwoman in this one really stands out. She, like... I don't know what it was like. Like, to really describe her character, she was just, like, a boss. Yeah. You know what I mean? She really, like... she's got a really good character there. And she's very likable in that way. Favorite scene? Can I go first?
Bomb.
The bomb thing. Oh wait, that's a good one too. Shoot.
Quick! Everyone! Flee for your lives! Into the street!
some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yes, I like the bomb thing. Oh. Alright, so now I'm distraught because I forgot about the bomb scene. I'm distraught between the bomb scene when Batman's trying to dispose of the bomb in a very ridiculous fashion. If he would just chuck it a little farther, I don't think he would have to look over so many sides of the dock. But and then you also have the scene where the shark bites Batman.
Yes. Oh, yes.
In my opinion, was so... Oh my gosh, that was just so crazy. So yeah, I don't know if I can choose one. I think those two are just so beautiful that they're both my favorite.
Or that being said,
yeah.
My rating of the film is 4 stars out of 5.
4 stars out of 5?
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate on that? I need to think real quick about my rating.
I don't know. Oh, wait. Actually, 4 Kit Kats out of 5.
Oh, sorry. Yes. 4 Kit Kats.
I forgot.
4 Kit Kats out of 5. As far as my rating goes, I'm going to give it... Three stars out of 5.
Okay.
Is that too low?
How dare you!
I don't think it's that low, but...
Yeah, I'm going to give it 3 stars out of 5. This was a good film.
Yeah.
It's... You know what? No, I'm going to give it 3.5. I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. Yes. I started comparing it to the other film that we recorded today. I don't want to say it in case this one gets posted before it is. Yeah. But I started comparing it to one of the other films that we watched for the podcast, and I'm thinking that this film is equally as good as that one, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
It just plays a different tone and and like sort of side of Batman, and I gotta say I liked it. It was a good film. It was definitely funny. It was definitely funny. I would say the comedy of it actually stands out even in today's standards because of, just some of the overall like over the topness of it. But it was a good film.
Okay.
All right. So with that said, please remember to like and subscribe. Yeah. Is it 50 or 100 subscribers that we get the Dr. Seuss video? I forgot what you said. I think it's 50.
50.
If we can get us to 50 subscribers, Zion has got a Dr. Seuss lore video that I really want to see, y'all, and he won't tell me about it until the video comes out. So spill the beans. So come on, Zion, I want Zion to spill the beans on this.
If I need to make another trailer, I will.
Yeah, I think we might make another trailer and try to get that out for y'all. Just to remind you. So subscribe. Thank you for watching. Follow our Instagram at Amateur Film Critics. We'll update y'all on what's going on with the channel and all of that. Zion, any last things to say?
Good. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Homer?
Yellow.
Homer, there's a man here who thinks he can help you.
Batman?
No, he's a scientist.
Batman's a scientist.
It's not Batman.